Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Mustaqim Marsidi. So for today, I will be discussing about a book that I've just read, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. Okay, you will see a book here, supposedly. Alright, sayang, say hi.
Hi.
So I will tell you a bit about the book and then I will give you a very simple summary of what is the main idea of the book. I will go into the lessons that I learned from this book. First of all, the book is very easy to read. It has a lot of interesting and unique illustration. It's very short and I actually finished the book in under 2 hours. The main idea of the book is about sharing your idea or sharing your work to the world. The most common problem that prevents creators from sharing their work online is they fear that their work is not good enough. Austin Kleon, the author, simply and beautifully explains why a person should not think like this. Despite being a short book, this book has many interesting ideas which I believe can take ages for us to discuss. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be discussing only 3 important key ideas which I found most interesting. So key idea number 1 is that you don't have to be a genius. Well, the book discusses about the idea that when a person does something very spectacular, very fantastic and share it to the world, people have the tendency to describe this person as a genius. When we speak about genius, we think about someone like Einstein, Beethoven or Shakespeare. People who are not like us. And because of that, we are not confident to share our works online. Well, the author argued that instead of being a genius, it's better for you to find a genius. So what's a genius? The author defines genius in the book, and I quote, "A whole scene of people who are supporting each other, looking at each other's work, copying from each other, stealing ideas, and contributing ideas." If you look at history, many of the lone geniuses that we think make creative work alone actually are not alone. Genius doesn't mean that achievement of great individuals are not worth appreciating. It just acknowledges that good work are not created in a vacuum, and creativity in the end is a collaboration from a great mind to another mind. Moving on to the key idea number 2, share something every day. In this world of social media, of Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, it is much easier to share your work or your knowledge to the public. The author suggested that once a day, you should look back at your work and try to find something beneficial and meaningful to share to the public. But how to find something interesting to share and how to do it every day, because not every day we find something meaningful and beneficial to share to others. Well, according to the book, it's much easier than we think it is. Something that you feel might not be interesting, something that you consider might be bland or boring, might be very interesting for other people out there. So key idea number 3, learn to take a punch. You need to remind yourself that by sharing and putting your work to the public space, you are putting yourself in a vulnerable spot. You will be criticized a lot of time and this might be very hard to handle. To handle this, the author suggested that it is better for you to have a definite circle of people whom will respect your opinions. Others who doesn't fall in this circle, you should just ignore them. We need to understand that there are many trolls on the internet. The best way to train yourself to handle criticism is to relax and breathe. Remind yourself that nobody dies from a bad review. Try to roll with the punches and keep moving forward. Moving on to the lessons that I learned from this book. So lesson number 1, don't be afraid to be imperfect. I usually struggle with this problem because when it comes into my work especially, I'm quite a perfectionist. I'm always very afraid to take up a case when I don't know or I'm not really familiar with, because I'm afraid of not able to deliver to my client. I'm afraid to not being able to really give the best that my client deserves. This is very different to some of my friends. When a client comes to them with a case which they are not familiar with, they will still take on the case despite the risk involved with the matter. Will they make mistakes in dealing these cases? Yes. And yes, they will face problems. But from what I see, that they actually develop and become a better lawyer and better person. And I also realized there is so many opportunities that I have missed because of my need to be perfect. So lesson that I learned number 2 is the importance of sharing my work. After reading this book, I realized the importance of sharing my work, which I have never thought before. I'm afraid to show and to share my work before because I'm afraid of being judged, and I'm afraid that people will consider me to be arrogant. After reading this book, I realized that this should not prevent me from sharing something which I found to be valuable to the public. And even if it only benefits a person of that, it's good enough reason for me to share. So lessons number 3, a new perspective when dealing with criticism. Since I was a kid, I always struggled to deal with criticism. And to be honest, I'm still struggling to deal with criticism until today. But the thing is, I realize that criticism is part of life, and avoiding criticism is actually avoiding growth and progress in life. This book gives me new insights about criticism. It shows to me that even geniuses, people of high caliber, suffers from criticism in their career. I realized that if these awesome people cannot make everyone happy with them, then I'm myself, as a normal person, I will be criticized a lot too. What we need to realize is that we cannot make everyone happy. We cannot control people's emotions to what we do. But what we can is to control our reaction and to always improve ourselves to become better. So Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. If you like non-fiction book, you most likely have read this book already because it's very short, very interesting, and it's so full of interesting ideas. If you don't like non-fiction book, or if you are like me, you are not really a reader, I would still recommend to read this book because it's so full of ideas and it is very short and very easy to read. Well, my earlier clips that I prepared for the video actually got corrupted, so I'm very sorry if the audio quality is quite different and you hear some buzzing sound. So that's all from me. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for coming to my channel. If you like the video, please let me know in the comment section, or please click the like button. If you dislike the video, please also let me know in the comment section. As always, I wish you a good day. I'll see you in my next video.